Hey guys, this is Cal. Welcome back to more Genius of Sephiroth Touhou Weekend Edition, I guess. And before we get started on the killing of all the enemies and stuff in this particular place, there's two things I want to go over. One of which I think I've covered before, but just want to show a bit more thoroughly that you can see. Yeah, I've gone through a few of these, but you can just see if you want to know what the enemies and stuff have. Apparently, Ogu has Bird Danmaku because, you know. But yeah, you can see if you have reported on an enemy, then you can get some info here. But more importantly, you get to see what particular items stuff drops. So here, the Gobi isn't really interesting, the water shower, but you can see how powerful stuff like this is for just now. 700 HP is quite a lot to take down, so... And then, you know, stuff like this. I actually do kind of want the drop from this thing, it's just... it's annoying to fight. But maybe we'll get it, who knows. But yeah, you get to see what the enemies are and what their stuff is, at the very least. What types of items you should be on the lookout for. So, yeah, there's that. The second thing is an item that I actually missed last time because I forgot that it existed. So, if we very quickly go up here and hit the A button, you can get yourself a Raiden shield, which is the lightning equivalent of the other shields that we have seen thus far. That heavily defend against one element and not so much against the other elements. So yeah, that's basically it. So I am going to go ahead and fight a whole bunch of dudes now, and when interesting stuff happens, well, you know the drill by now. Well, there is our first interesting thing. Notori gets a level up. No new skills, but she will get a new skill fairly soon. Ooh, wow. Okay. Well, that just shows these guys are completely immune to light attacks at the very least. But we did get a new synthesis material. Couldn't really think of what to say there. And of course we get some level ups too. So Notori gets power up and Reimu gets Yokai Buster. Definitely a good attack for her to have right now. And we get some steel, so nice for armor crafting. So Yokai Buster, most definitely an attack I want, probably instead of Persuasion Needle. Basically the same strength as the Hakare amulet, but it attacks an entire column. Pretty good for 6 MP, that is for sure. Does have one turn of cooldown, but that's not really too big a deal because you can alternate between that and Persuasion Needle if you really need to. But yeah, all the amulet skills, haven't really gone over that at all, but all the amulet skills do ignore magic reflex and stuff like that, which we will see eventually. I don't know how many, I don't think we see too many of them in the game, but yeah, any defensive magic blocking stuff gets ignored by amulets, which is pretty useful, I have to say. And some more power levels for everyone, always useful. Power is always good, especially when you start focusing down the tree and all of your skills suddenly take like 15, 20, 25 points to get. Always good to have more power, so yeah. And Sanai gets one more level 2, up to level 15, very nice. You can see the sort of disconnect between the general party members now that obviously Reimu's getting more experience because of her melon sword, and Marissa was out of the party for one boss fight, so she doesn't have the same experience as Sanai, so with the exception of Sakuya and Patchouli, I think everybody has a different level of experience now. which is not really bad, it's just interesting to point out, I suppose. At least I find it interesting, and well, I find boring stuff interesting, so you shouldn't really ask me, I guess, but oh well. You! Revenge of the Bird. Oh, actually, this will give me a good reason as any to use the other skill from the Tori here, is the bad camouflage. So you see, there is actually a cooldown to commander skills too, just Aya didn't have any cooldown on hers. But with this I can reduce the enemy's evasion down to 0 so that I can hit it multiple times with my attacks here. I'm not even going to bother going with any magic attacks because it's probably just going to make me cancel them anyway, as it always does. So the 35 evasion this thing usually has is reduced to 0, and we should just be able to nuke it with Killing Doll now. Or not, because apparently it only hit twice, heck yeah. But the principle is there. Also, another correction I need to make, which has probably been made for me. These are kind of pre-recorded, so, you know. A correction I should make is that when I said the Mind Flayers were weak to... I want to do a better battle than this. When the Mind Flayers, I said they were weak to electricity, they're actually not, although I think they do become weak to it later. But these ones at the moment are not weak to electric, they're just resistant to every other magic type. Except Mystic, I think? I'd actually need to go check again. It's easy enough to check, because as I've shown before, the records show you all the stuff. So yeah, they are resistant to Mystic too, so they're just not quite as resistant to Mystic as they are to Light and Dark. But yeah, when I said that they're weak to lightning, they're kind of not, so sorry about that. Oh, hello, that's definitely something I want. Also, Patchy died, take a shot. But yeah, no, sorry, it's Patchy fell down, take a shot, really, if I want to be accurate for it. But yes, that is an item I wanted, the Crescent Moon Shield. So this is an upgrade to one of the items I didn't get from stage 1 and 2, which would have been the new Moon Shield. So this one, it's a magic based shield. This also happens to defend very good against the 4 elements. So fire, water, earth and electric are resisted a little bit better than light, dark and mystic. But they're all still resisted, so very nice shield, definitely something good to equip to upgrade from the CD-ROM here. Doesn't block attacks quite as often, but it blocks more of the element attacks, so definitely a good shield for Reimu to have right now. So yeah. And a power level for Marissa, along with a physical level up from the Tori, giving her the Thunder Chaser. So just like the Fire Chaser, if you use any thunder attacks during the turn that you cast that, Notori will follow up with a thunder based attack of her own. So it's pretty nice. Really? Wow! Wow! God damn, dude! Wow! That instant death. Oh man. Oh, come on. Ugh, wow. Wow, fuck this bird. Wow. This bird is just such an asshole. Oh, wow. Nothing I could have done about that, really. Alright, that's Saku and Patchouli speaking on their combined experience being the same, because they've been in the party the whole time together, both get to level 14 at the same time. Good stuff. And that is one more rock for our collection, as well as a level for Marissa, getting a very nice skill, Magic Napalm. One of my favourite skills for, this level of the game. Magic Napalm, it's an AoE version of the Magic Missile, so yeah, decent bit stronger, does have a cooldown turn, though that may have been mitigated in the growth trees. Yeah, non-spell cooldowns are mitigated with my setup, so she doesn't have a cooldown on that, and it's a little bit costly, but it's very powerful and very beneficial for an area like this, which it does actually have a chance to be shown here, so sure, let's just show it off. Magic Napalm away. As we have a control land there, so control land basically just makes the land heavily favored fire. It's kind of like the Amplify skill that Patchouli has. And ouch. Take a shot. Okay, since we haven't actually killed everybody this turn, let's show Patchouli's last spell, because we haven't actually managed to do that yet. So Big Bang is just a very high-powered Mystic. I think it's Mystic. It's either Mystic or just entirely non-elemental, but I'll need to be corrected on that probably, but I'm fairly sure it's Mystic. And that's pretty much what it is. It just damages everything on the screen with a lot of firepower, so yeah, good stuff. Yes! Okay, that is definitely someone I wanted to see. Although the fact that I have the broom from Marissa may make this item a little bit pointless, but also a power level for Notori. But if you don't have Marissa's broom, this is probably the best item that you could have right now. And even if you do, this is still a very powerful item to have. The Magic Booster increases your Mystic in, capabilities. Excellent, excellent item to have. I might just go ahead and put this on Marissa anyway, because I think it is stronger overall. It's going to look weaker here, but it's only by 2 points actually. It looks weaker here, and I guess it has one less bomb to it. That is a bit of a downside, but it excuse me, it has 20% extra damage to her Mystic attacks, her non-directional laser, her Magic Napalm as she just got. Very, very strong. And the reason it looks weaker is because her growth tree was set for the broom, so I lose that 5 magic attack there. But if I put it to here, then I can have that magic attack back. Whilst I'm here, I may as well do that, so I get even more damage out of Mystic. And yeah, Marissa's base attack stuff will do a good amount more now than it did before. Unfortunately can't demonstrate it on this fight, but oh well. There are some power levels for our main 4 characters here though. Always good. And there is another level for Notori. Good stuff. We are maybe halfway through this place so far, and it's just a really freaking large dungeon of a lot of enemies to take care of here, so yeah. I mean, okay, we're probably like 2/3 of the way through, because I've taken out the entire bottom floor, and I've taken out what I think is now the entire top floor. There may be 1 or 2 straggling enemies, which I have forgotten about, but I'm pretty sure I've taken out the entire top floor now. So we just have that middle floor and that asshole bird to deal with. It's amazing that even one bird by itself can take me out here, but to be fair, I'm using a magic-centric team right now, and the bird pretty much hard counters magic, so yeah. And Marissa has yet another power level. So Reimu once again on the level list here. She has now over 100 HP, which is pretty good. And we also got a secret item apparently in there because it didn't show up due to the multi-kill thing. Bit of a graphical glitch. I don't know if that gets fixed in version 3.01. That's something I should really take a look into. But yeah, pretty mirror for our shield crafting. And Sakura Patchouli once again scoring levels up to level 15 too. Patchy with her dismal 55 HP, heck yeah, and her 6 agility. Oh, poor Patchy. Never mind. Oh, come on, don't bullshit evade me now. Yeah! Oh yes! And we get the item from it too, right? We have to win this fight now. We can do it. Patchy has enough health where if she doesn't get physical attacked, she'll be fine, but I expect her to get physical here. But we can win this. Actually, Marissa will probably go first, and we'll probably just win this, right? Oh no, Reimu went first. Well, that's bizarre. But yeah, we won. Heck yeah! Fuck you, bird. We took you down. Also got a level up for Sanae, which is really good, so she gets some more HP and everything. No core stats though, which is weird. And we get the Galaxy Ring. So what does this do, you might ask? Why am I so happy to see this? Well, glad you asked, because it is an accessory that gives you Mystic damage reduction. Now, Mystic is one of the hardest things in this game to resist. There are very, very few things that will actually resist Mystic. And this is one of the better that you get for now, because it can be attached to anyone. Now, it may not be so useful now, but it will definitely be useful later on when some very powerful Mystic attacks get used. Ironically, it would have been really good against Utsuho's Mega Flare, but I think even with that, we probably wouldn't have been able to survive that. And you know, I think this is actually the final encounter in this entire area, so I'm just gonna keep this one in because why not? But basically all I need to do is Fancy Seal and probably buff magic. In fact, you know, we'll just go all out and kill everything with all the fun stuff because this is the last encounter in this place. If I look to this right, this will probably just kill everything outright. Yeah. Marissa's pretty good. See, that's just the sheer power of her Mystic attacks at this point. And yeah, that I think is it. I may have missed a couple of enemies, but honestly, I've gone through this entire place pretty thoroughly, and I think I have killed everything now. So yeah, we got a couple of the items I really wanted. I definitely wanted that magic booster for Marissa, and the Galaxy Ring for later on is an exceptionally nice item to have. So, plus I got to say fuck you to that bird, because that bird is freaking dumb, and it's dumb. Full of dumb. Did I mention it's dumb yet? Yeah, I don't like that bird. I mean, it's something you can work around, but for just now, it's really harsh. And if you don't have Moko, then it's your party's kind of biased towards magic attackers. Because let's take a look at our entire party here. We have Reimu, who's kind of balanced, but mostly magic attack. We have, actually she's more physical, but because I have a physical weapon. We have Marissa, pure magic. We have Sanae, doesn't really do any attacking per se, but she's, all of her buffs are magic, and her healing, so, you know, magic. We have Aya, who is kind of, even if I was using her, she's kind of really weak. She could probably hit the bird at the very least because of accuracy, but she wouldn't do that much damage to it, so yeah, there is that. We have Sakyo's pure physical, obviously, Patchouli, pure magic. Notori is physical and is your best bet against him, but I didn't have a strong enough level of Notori by now. If you'd used Notori during the previous stage as well, then you could probably happily use Notori in this stage, especially if you're using her gun. If you have her gun, then she's very good against the birds, because she doesn't get killed by the magic cancel, so there's that. And then Alice doesn't really do damage, but if she was pushed to do damage, then she is physical, but she's probably not accurate enough or damaging enough to actually kill them. So they're very, very vicious enemies without too much of a way of countering them at this stage of the game. So yeah, not a huge fan of them. However, with that said, we are finally done with this. This is by far the longest recording I have so far. I think this is over an hour at this point, so awesome time, right? Yeah, so this has been Gamer Cow playing the Genius of Sephiroth, Touhou Weekend, of course, and next time we finally confront Satori and seek to acquire her as an item, of course, not as a playable character. What are you talking about? Totally haven't said she's playable already. You're lying.